matter, you make a difference, and you can do a lot of things. Hey there, this is Kamna Jain. Welcome to this episode of the series, which I'm calling Let's Get Real with Kamna Jain, a series of episodes where I come in, I share my insights on various experiences, but the only determining factor here is that I would love to keep things as real as possible, basically share as honest an opinion. I mean, when I say as honest an opinion, I particularly intend to say an honest opinion on various experiences, emotions, feelings, vulnerabilities in life which we go through but find it a little difficult to speak about, share, and that's what I'm attempting at, to probably open up, share about real stuff, real problem, real experiences, and to obviously get your thoughts on the same. So, today, what I'm talking about is individuality and why it's important to be in your own skin. So, I think a very common dilemma is, if I am being the way I am not really evolving. And that essentially indicates that I am not changing as a person, I am not growing, which is not a great sign. So that, I think, has left me also in a very confused state, because I think growing up, I've been a very different person. And then I reached a phase in my life where I started questioning everything about myself, the way I was, the way I would do things, the kind of interests I had. And I'm like, what's right, what's wrong? I was so confused. So what my experience and what I feel after, having lived life a certain way, just how I wanted it, versus looking around, learning from other people, seeing what other people are doing, questioning my own ways of life, and then finally not coming to a conclusion, I can say, but having some more perspective. What I think is, it's very important to be your unique self, because this is my personal experience, that when I saw myself deviate away from the kind of life which I like, which I prefer to live, there just feels a disconnect within yourself. You may be doing extremely well at something that you have taken up, but if it does not ring a bell with you, if it does not, if it does not, fall in line with your core values, I think it leaves you with a sense of, okay, you are alive, but you are not truly, living your days. Right. So that's what I think. So that being said, when I said you should be you, you should do what you are good at, you should try to bring out your version. What I intend to say is that I think all of us have a very unique personality. And think about it. When I'm coincidentally seeing a lot of little small kids around me, either in terms of some neighbor, relatives, very small, cute little kids, right? Babies who can't even speak. And some of them can, but they're still like very small. So, what I have noticed is that each one of them, they have their unique individual characteristics, which they did not have to build. Now, obviously, they might have come from past life, if that's 100% real, or it comes from genes, or it comes from each person's individualistic nature, which makes it very clear that every person is different. And at an intellectual level, all of us know it. But the problem comes at the experiential level, where, it takes one social media post or one meeting with a relative, or it takes, one success story of someone to just break down all the image that you've built for yourself, and to start questioning yourself, or one statement from someone you love, which puts you down, and you just start rethinking your own existence, whether you're good enough, whether you matter, whether you even know anything, whether you are even capable of taking a decision, right? So these things, they happen. So I think the way out of this is, right, firstly, I think it's important that yes, you need to have an open mindset that, I am ready to change, I'm willing to change, I know there are things yet to be learned. That open mind is definitely required. But at the same time, if that's the only thought process, that I am not good enough, I mean, if there's a negative, loophole that you are stuck in at the backside, then it becomes difficult. So in a previous episode, I spoke about the fixed mindset, wherein a person thinks that yes, I will be the way I am, and it's very difficult for me to change. And you think that challenges, when they come your way, they're like really difficult to deal with. So it's the fixed mindset which is a problem, not your actual nature. It's okay to accept your nature. In fact, it's good to know what are your likes, dislikes, what's your nature, what are you good at, what are your strengths, what can you potentially be better compared to other people, right? Because you need an upper edge. What is it that you can do naturally that other people can't? Paying attention to such things, I think, is important. At the same time, it's important to be aware what are our shortcomings, what are the things we lack at, can we delegate them, can we get someone else to do it, and to just see 5 years down the line, how will that really fit in? So, all in all, once again, I think the only thing I want to reiterate in this video is to embrace your individuality. And it's actually a very thin line which you need to draw between things that you should retain and things that you should change, which define you. Of course, being individualistic doesn't mean that whatever your flaws are, you're like, yeah, 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 I am me, I should be this way, I have anger issues, I tend to compare myself, I am not social, I will stay this way because that's me, I'm being individualistic. No, that's not what it means. All it means is that you don't push yourself down because of your shortcomings. You don't, just keep killing yourself over and over it. And what it does mean is that you accept yourself for the way you are, and then you evaluate, okay, these are things. So for example, let's think about you having a tendency to not be very social, and when you see other people being social, so you'll have a tendency that, oh, everyone is social, maybe there's something wrong with me. Now what you can essentially do is, you can, first of all, anytime you feel this kind of discomfort, right, ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? So it's important that you label that feeling. Is it jealousy? Is it your inability to break out of your shell, or is it just a pressure that you think that that is normal to be social, and you think just because you are not social, it's not normal? But essentially, it doesn't matter to you whether in an environment you're talking or not, right? So if you are someone who is very comfortable not talking to people, but only because you think everyone talks to people, you want to talk to them, then that means that is something which you should build only if you want to network, or you think you want to build some contacts, and you should do it from that perspective rather than just putting yourself down saying, oh, I don't know this. The reason I'm bringing this up is because there are umpteen number of things, n number of things that will always be there for us to learn. We as individuals, we can't keep learning each and everything, and we shouldn't also, right? It's literally like you need to define what is essentially important for you, what makes you comfortable. For example, if you see someone dancing and you think, yes, I would love to dance that way, but you can't. In cases like these, yes, go ahead, try to do it harder, learn, get more comfortable, put in that effort. But you can't really do that for everything. And I think this is what happens today, that we tend to look around, we tend to feel that, okay, what everyone is doing, it has to be that way. And we put ourselves a little down that way, somewhere ignoring our own unique individual self, which did exist when we were growing up. So that's my only message for today. Embrace you, be a better and, much, much, much evolved version, but of yourself, the one that aligns with you, the one that makes you happy, the one that brings out the best in you. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next episode. Take care and goodbye.